Hey, this is Russ. I'm on the North Branch Trail. I've been riding for a little while now. Didn't turn it on until now. So as you watched yesterday's ride, which was quite long, it was over an hour, I think. We took the trail on the Magicycle Cruiser. Now, this is the first time I've ever taken this bike out here, and I'm still on the original battery, which is the 15 amp hour battery. That's the one that comes with the Magicycle Cruiser. I've been pedaling and throttling, a certain amount of throttling. You know, once we hit certain streets, I have to throttle. So let's see, where are we at? We just went underneath the through the tunnel, not under the tunnel. You're through the tunnel. 15%, 22.3 miles. Now overall, that's not the greatest, but we're not done yet. I'm going to take this down to 10%. So we're probably going to get, I'm going to guess 25, 26 miles out of it, something like that. Still, I know others get more than I do, but you have to remember too, my weight, I'm about 255 at this point, something like that. All the stuff that's on my bike, I've got an extra battery, I've got tools, I've got a rack, front rack. That adds up. All that stuff just keeps adding additional weight. And the more weight you have, the worse it is for your mileage. There's a lot more people out here today, it seems. And that's because it's a decent day. It's actually, it's got a nice cool breeze today. It's not hot, really. And it's probably low 70s at this point, I'm gonna guess. So we've had some really hot weather. Today being Tuesday, on Saturday, I had 2 parties to go to. I had a baby shower to go to for my niece. They held it outside in the 90s. They had like a little covered tent area, but still it's very hot. And then after we were done with that, I went to my next door neighbor who had a retirement party going on. That was outside. They had a little umbrella, but my back was to the sun. So yeah, I sweated so much. My black shirts were getting salt stained. That's how bad it was. The next day, I played at church. I played my guitar on the worship team. It was hot there too. I mean, they had the air conditioner on, but early in the morning during worship team practice, somehow the heater was still on. I don't know why they had the heater on. I kept wondering why I was getting so hot, and then I found out later. They told me, yeah, those guys had the heater on. You know, the heater. Well, these guys realize it's in the 90s. At least when they first came in, they had the heaters on. I don't know by the time we got there what the amount of heat really was, but still, you know, pretty hot. All right, we'll wait our turn. Oh, here we go. On your left. Okay. So, we're back on the road. Yeah, this is the first time we've taken the Magicycle Cruiser out to the Botanic Garden. And this is not possible without the help of Magicycle giving me that second battery. So yeah, we're gonna exhaust the first battery as far as we can go, but I will probably cut it off at around 9 or 10%, something like that. Guy jumped out of the way, but he didn't have to. I was just gonna wait it out, but whatever. We're at 14% now, and then we'll swap the battery out. I don't want to kill the battery, so I know that by the time this thing hits around 7%, the entire bike is just going to stop because there won't be enough power to run it. So we'll bring it to about 9 or 10%. I mean, it would be kind of nice if we could actually get to the garden all on that first battery. Then I know for a fact, you know, it's a 30-mile ride back. I've got at least 40 miles out of that bigger battery before, and then we'll make it back and won't have to worry about it. But until you take it out to test it, you really don't really know, right? But I think it's doing pretty good. I think it's possible. So does that mean we need to keep the Rad Rover? Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I don't have too many 26-inch tire bikes. So we'll keep the Rad Rover 5, which has been modified with bigger batteries. And we'll keep the Magicycle Cruiser. And keep in mind too, the Ocelot Pro eventually will be heading my way. And I've asked them for 2 batteries for that too, because they know that I will take it to farther places. You know, a little bit different than some other YouTubers. Maybe they may not be a fully riding type channel, whereas mine is basically a riding channel. I mean, we do some reviews. Doesn't say that we don't, because that came our way. But in general, it's a riding channel, because that's why I bought the bike in the first place. My purchase of the e-bike was not just to get me started to do reviews. It just happened to fall in our lap. But I wanted to get out. I wanted to ride. Okay, we're gonna pass this guy here. He has headphones on. There's no way he would hear me or hear the bell. He's all bundled up too. So anyway, see, no S. Anyway, we'll be crossing the Skokie Lagoon area. I think I see some water to the left, to the right. Yeah, that's part of the lagoon. So we'll see more of the water. Whoa, what is this? Alright, this is gonna be bad. I try to keep my eyes closed as much as possible. They're grinding the ground. It's like going through a smokestack or something. You see all that powdery stuff? That's terrible for you. I held my breath, closed my eyes as much as I could, but still be able to see. Oh man, that was bad news. So this is why I said sometimes we need goggles. Not expecting something like that on the bike path. Of course, they got to do their repairs, I mean, but there was no forewarning that was going to happen. All right, so the Skokie Lagoons is off to our right. There's a lot of water and everything there. There's people paddling around out there. Yeah, I know you can't see it. I didn't grab the camera. I was too busy looking myself. Yeah, we'll see more water later. Yeah, I would say there's a lot of bike riders out today. Today being a Tuesday. What time is it? 10:38 in the morning. Everyone's out riding. All right, see now, this thing, I'm not squeezing between people. We're not going to squeeze between people. 12%. We got 2% more, 2 to 3% more, and then I'm going to swap this battery out. Road construction ahead. Okay. Let's see what they're going to do here. Oh, they have ripped into the thing here. Okay. Okay, they have ripped into this. So how are they doing this? Let's get off the bike here. I'm going to walk this for a second. I've got to change the battery out anyways. Let's go this way. So they kind of built this up knowing that chances are bike riders are going to ride this over here. I could do it too with this bike, but I got to change the battery out. I'm just going to walk it. And walk it down to a certain area, then I'll change the battery. Get down this incline. Here we go. We'll be over here. Let's change out the battery. So let's take a mental note here. Let's record this. So I am a trip of 24.6 miles, 12% left. It's a good time to swap out. So let me do that. Now for me to do this, gotta find my keys. Keys are in the bag somewhere here, I hope. Let me move this out of the way here. I heard it jingling around. There it is. Grab my keys. Move to this side here. All right, 24.6 miles, 12%. So I got to power down. Got a lot of stuff to pull off in order to get to this battery. So let's do it. You can see me doing it, maybe. I think the camera should see some of it. So I've got to take all these bungee cords off. Unlock my battery here. This is the original Magicycle battery. I take that out. This is the new battery. Stick the old battery back in here. Put the new battery back on here. Zipper that off. Yeah, put the bungee cords back on. I'm still connected to my audio recorder. That's why I'm kind of in a bad position here. I could move the recorder. Sorry, I know you guys can't see anything because the camera is hitting things, but it's the only way I can do it for now. Sorry. Kind of leaning into this. Let's see where my cords are here. Alright, it is in there. Now what I did is I put a piece of foam underneath. I don't know if you can see this. You see that? I put a piece of foam underneath the battery because last time I was riding I could hear the battery bouncing up and down, and that's not good. Oh, I see, I have red ones. Sorry. Dropping everything. These red ones really don't do a whole lot of anything, but I figured I got them, I might as well put them on. And then what I did, I took this is my rear tail light. I just kind of put it under the bungee cords. And it just kind of sits there. It's better than nothing. Alright, let's see if we can power up. And this is the startup of the Magicycle. So 24.6 is where we're starting out at. We're at 100% at 24.6. And let's move on. There we go. Oh, I did not. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop. Let's make sure to record. This is my recorder, my audio recorder. It's still running. Okay. Forgot to close the bag up here. That won't be good, bouncing around. Close that up. Well, let's take a swig of water while we're at it. Alrighty. Back on the road again. 10:44 in the morning. Going over the bridge where the Skokie Lagoons are. Alright, so that takes that long. Sorry you had some areas where you couldn't see. I know the camera's kind of being pushed into areas that it's not ideal for you, but I had to kind of do it. Let's move this up over here. So off to the right here is the Skokie Lagoons. And this trailer thing rents kayaks. So if you want to rent a kayak, that's where you go to get it. A lot of people rent the kayaks. I've never done it. I can swim, but I'm not the strongest swimmer, and definitely with the knee replacement issues, that's not too good for me either. I can't kick and swim too well. I'll tell you a funny story though. I've told the story before for some of the old timers. Growing up, we had a swimming pool in the backyard. We had a 30 feet by 15 foot, 4 feet deep swimming pool. Yeah, above ground type of pool. My dad got that for us. Let's make sure we can cross. These guys are going through. I'm gonna go. All right, she's letting us through. Thank you. So, so obviously I could swim, just not the strongest swimmer. And for some reason in high school, out of the luck of the draw, you know, you can pick different type of activities in gym. I don't know if you pick it as whatever your name falls under or something. And for some strange reason, I was the lucky guy that always got swimming every single year. Now, nobody wants to take swimming. Oh, here's the lagoons, by the way. I think there's a guy out there trying to fish. See him? He's out there. Anyways, anyway. So I got swimming every single semester, or not every single year, at least one semester out of every year, it seemed like. Or maybe not the whole semester, every 6 weeks. I don't know how long they do this. But anyways, I had to take the swimming. Nobody wants to take it because, you know, your hair's all wet and everything, and you got to get dressed real fast and go off to your next class. So your hair's always kind of wet, and you're trying to change real quick and everything, and dry off and all that. It's kind of a pain. And then they always made you do things in swimming, you know, in the deep end and everything. I didn't want to do it. So I would tell the coach, I would say, "Coach, I can't swim." So he says, "Okay, we'll teach you how to swim. So you stay with the beginners here, and we'll teach you how to swim." Great. I knew how to swim. I just told the coach I couldn't. Then the next time would come around, I get swimming again. I'd say, "Coach, I can't swim." Same coach, by the way. He goes, "All right, just stay with the beginners, and we'll teach you how to swim." Next time comes around, "Coach, I can't swim." I think he started looking at me going, "Come on, you got to know how to swim by now," you know, because I had him all the time. I don't think he knew that we had a swimming pool in the backyard. I wasn't going to tell him. You know, in gym, I usually end up with a C in gym. Sometimes a B. I did not put much effort okay? And the reason is I knew academically it didn't make any difference what my grade was in gym. I mean, academically, I was, I think I was like a 3.3, 3.4 average student. Not in gym, though. No, as long as you passed gym, that's all. As long as you showed up for gym and you put a little effort, you're going to pass. You may not get an A in gym, but really, it doesn't really matter to my grade point average. So I didn't really care. That's the amount of effort that I put in. Yeah, I was not your best physical specimen. Okay, I didn't do all the stuff the athletes did. Okay, here's more of the. There's a couple kayakers down there. I don't know if you can see the kayakers. I'll kind of raise the camera up a little bit. Can you guys see that? All right, I gotta put this camera back. Sorry. Yeah, the camera work is terrible today. Trying to do camera work for you while I'm bending over and putting on a battery, lifting up the thing to see kayaks, and then trying to reposition. Yeah, what a mess. All right, based on the fact that we were able to get, 24 or 25 miles out of the smaller battery, it takes 30 miles to get to the garden. So you figure we only have another 5 miles there and back to the same spot. We have enough to get there and get back home, I think. The key is not to overdo my throttle. If I don't overdo the throttle, we can make it. Yeah, this was reserved for the Rad Rover 5 before because it had two 20 amp hour triangle batteries in there. So, and that doesn't come with the Rad, by the way. That's an aftermarket batteries that I put in there, made by Unit Pack Power. A lot of people don't like the Unit Pack Power batteries. Some of them love the Unit Pack Power batteries. First off, they're inexpensive. They're Chinese batteries. They're not the best cells, supposedly. But the only problem I had was on the second battery I bought. Had a bad battery management system board. They asked me to replace it. I tried. It wouldn't work. They ultimately replaced the entire battery for me, gave me a brand new battery. I still have the old one. So technically I still have 3 of those batteries, but I can't use the one because unless I rip out the board from an existing battery, that other grouping of batteries won't work. I do fear the fact that, if so many bikes are coming in, all the lithium ion batteries that will be sitting in my house, it's going to be a little scary. If that thing goes up in flames, the whole house is going to go up in flames. Let's talk about batteries. Some people were mentioning, that the cost of the secondary battery on the Magicycle being $699 was way too expensive. It's not cheap, I'm telling you that. But they are LG battery cells, so there are more expensive cells in them, so they charge a little bit more for them than standard batteries might be. But if you need this type of form factor to put it in your bike, you have to pay for it if you want to go for the distance, right? Now, triangle battery won't fit in this mid-step unit. Okay, I'm not going to make the mistake again. It turns right here. We're almost at the garden. It won't fit inside the spacing because the triangle, there's no triangle on this. If you had the step over version, you might be able to modify your bike to put a triangle battery on it. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But all right, the gardens are straight ahead. We'll ride through that and we'll come back through again. And we'll talk in a bit. Okay, so anyways, anyway, I'm working on it. Oh look, the gate is up. Good, I don't have to go up on the sidewalk. Speed limit 15. Yeah, the aftermarket batteries tend to be less expensive, but they are Chinese cells. In general, the Chinese cells may or may not be the best cells. I don't know what comes on the Cruiser, whether these are LG cells as well. They don't say that, so I'm assuming there's some type of Chinese cell. But it is the factory battery, so it is what we're going to use. Okay, it says be alert to new traffic pattern ahead, bikes and walking. So they opened it up. North Branch Trail, straight ahead. So yeah, if you plan to change out to an aftermarket battery, you've got to cut into the wiring of your bike, because chances are it's not going to use the same mount system. So you will have to modify the wiring to accept connectors that will fit the battery and also the bike. And so what happens is usually you change it out and put on like XT60s or XT90 connectors, and you do that on the bike and you do that on the battery. So then any battery you put on going forward will work as long as it has that connector. But obviously you want to keep your voltages correct for your controller and and the like. So really I think you're more concerned about voltage. If you're a 48 volt or a 52 volt system, the Magicycles are 52 volts. And as far as the amp hours, whether it's 14, 15, 20, whatever it is, that doesn't really matter. The higher it is, the more range you're going to get out of the thing. So you could lock your bikes up over here, have a little picnic, whatever. Go inside the buildings. The Botanic Garden is free to come to. It's parking that they charge you. So if you rode your bike, and if I were to lock my bike up on a bike rack, I could walk around the entire Botanic Garden for free if I wanted to. If I drove my car, I'd have to pay like $20 or whatever the parking fee is now. So anyways, this is what it looks like. I'll just move to one side so you can see. And there's a lot of other things. I mean, we're on the outside of it all, so we're not seeing the best of it. It's better than nothing, I guess, but it's not the best of it. I'll show you some of this. This got some water over there. A lot of people like coming to the garden. Nice and peaceful. Smells though, they've been putting fertilizer down. So like you can go up over here and sit on those benches. Let's go up and sit on the benches for a second. Let's take the second bench. Let's take a breather. Typically I ride this all the way through. I don't even get off to do anything, but we've been getting off today. So we're at 27.8 at 100%. I'll turn our thing off. Nice thing about the Magicycle, let me grab the digital audio recorder so I can walk away from the bike. Okay, let's take a breather. There we go. Here you get a nice view of my bike. Yeah, it's a little dirty. things popped up on it. The nice thing is it doesn't reset the trip meter unless you do a reset of it. Let me show you guys some of the stuff here. I'll just kind of pan the camera a little bit. Yeah, see, then you get a view of the bike. So yeah, different areas, they have different things, but we could sit for a while. I usually don't take a break. I usually go there and I come all the way back, all on one ride. People wonder how I can sit for so long. Take a look at the Bikeroo seat or the saddle. Okay, it's got a shorter nose to it, and to me it's better that way. I tip it down a little bit. I don't have it tilted up. I tilt it down a little bit, so it's less strain in areas that guys would appreciate not being pushed on. So overall, I like the Bikeroo with the shorter nose. They call that the nose. It gives you a little more space too from the top tube. So the mid step, you really can't step through that. Don't think of it as a step-through bike, because it really isn't. What I like is when I hop off the bike, I have some space a little bit that I don't have to worry about anything hitting anything when I jump off. So yeah, the bike is looking a little dirty. I need to clean it off. I'm looking at the tires. You can see the rims have picked up a lot of dust and dirt. So I haven't cleaned it off in quite a while. So I think it's time to do that. And even basic maintenance too, the chain. Okay, you need to lube the chain, especially those who pedal a lot. You need to lube it, and so you get the dirt off of it first. Just like get a rag and then just run it backwards, get all the dirt off of it, and then put some. I put dry lube. I don't remember the brand that I use. It's in the description of the videos, and I put that on the chain. So yeah, it's always a good idea to lube it all up. Keep it nice and clean if you can. But yeah, it's been a little while since I've cleaned the bike off. But you see how I put the second battery there. There's a piece of foam. The foam came from packing materials from the bikes that's been shipped to me. I get rid of the boxes because there's just too many boxes to keep. And you know how big those boxes are. If you have a bike, you know how big it is. But I've kept a lot of the foam because it's not cheap foam. It's the nice squishy type foams. And so I just cut a little bit, put underneath the battery, and that has helped it a lot. I don't hear it rattling anymore because I think the battery was just like bouncing on the rack. That's not good. So I've changed it. Oh, here's the guy with the e-bike. He's riding past. Looks like he's got electric XP or something. I don't know what that is. Let's see him. See him there? There he goes. I think that's electric. I don't know. Something. It's a 20-inch tire version. So yeah, good. Yeah. So we're gonna sit and talk a little bit. I won't take you all the way through back and everything. I just wanted to spend a little more time with you guys and just let you know that I did make it. I made it to the garden. Just taking a little breather here, sitting here. It's kind of nice. I get to see the bike. A lot of people say I never show the bike enough, which is true. I'm usually riding it, so I'm not showing it because I'm on it. But that's what the bike looks like now. Yeah, everything on it is really Magicycle stuff. The only thing that's not Magicycle, I think, is the Lamical phone mount. I think that's it. Okay. The rear tail light that I have that's blinking is not from Magicycle either. They don't sell one. They really should. They should sell an additional blinking rear tail light. That's a suggestion I would make to them. I mean, they have a headlight, right? Let's take a look. That's still blinking. See? Still blinking. So here's the foam. The foam thing that I put on there. That's the blinking thing. All right. take you a little bit further, and then we'll call it a day. How long have we been running so far? Wow, 35 minutes already for this video. Okay, we'll go to the end of it. I'll take you out of here, and then we'll call it a day, and then I'll just ride back on my own. You don't need to see the entire ride back because you saw the ride coming here. Yeah, see some behind the scenes things that I do. Okay. Power up, right there. This thing kicks in. Swing my leg over the top. All right, let's wait for everybody to kind of pass through here. We got a lot of traffic going on. Golf carts, I think. Yep. That's how they get around out here. All right, let's move on. So the signs on the ground show bike and cars, and if you're a bike rider, there's a lane over here. That's for walkers, so you have to be on the car side of that. Okay, I know this doesn't go really that much farther. No motor vehicles. North Branch Trail. One day I should go further, just to find out what's even further down, but again, batteries are always the thing that holds me up. To the left here is the parking lots. So if you were to drive your car here, you would park in those areas there. Somebody's car alarm is going off. So people will go through the garden just to continue on the North Branch Trail. It goes further past this. I've always just stopped here and never gone further because I didn't think I'd have enough battery to get to further and then get back home again too. So I call this my maximum ride up to this point. And then I usually just turn around at this point. But again, if you kept going, you would end up with further down at the North Branch Trail. We're not going to do that. We're going to turn around. So I don't do a hard U-turn. I just hop off and bounce around until I have turned. Yeah, today is a really nice day for biking. It's got a nice breeze. Bike route. Follow the bike route. It's got a nice breeze to it all, and it's not hot. So, yeah, everyone's out. So here on this side, this is the walking path, and this is for cars and bikes. So technically, we need to stay off the walking side. We need to be here. There's a bike ahead of us. She's actually on the walking side, which is not what we're supposed to do. Yep. Yeah, she thinks I work here. People always think I work someplace. Here's a funny thing. I used to go to like electronic stores. They go to Best Buy or something like that. They all start asking me, how's this TV compared to this other TV? Do you guys have this in stock? Everyone always thinks I work at the places I go to. Maybe I just look like an employee of something. Then I always tell them, sorry, I don't work here. And then they go, oh, I'm so sorry. Lady thought, she says, you're checking on everybody. Yeah, what am I, the local police? Now I've got a big bike. Actually, I had a lady once started talking to me. I was near a school. I was just turning around, and she says, do all the police officers have a bike like this? I go, I don't know. Maybe they do. I'm not a cop. she mistakenly took me for a police officer. Well, I had the big black Rad Rover. I had black shorts on. I had a yellow vest on. My helmet was made by Byrne. That's black. So yeah, you kind of do. You kind of look like a cop. All right, let's pass them up here. I have seen law enforcement officers on bikes. In fact, I saw some type of officer on the North Branch Trail just coming here. He had a badge on. He had a gun. I think he was forest preserve. I'm not sure what his capacity was, but he was not your typical police officer. Which means he is monitoring that path. I think he's the first guy I've ever seen riding a bike. He had a regular bike. He didn't have an electric bike. Riding a bike and monitoring it. We did the head nod. So typically I don't talk very loud when there's other people around because I always think that they must think I'm a little crazy talking to myself. But I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys. So there you have it. Magicycle made it. We are on the second battery now. So if I add 40 miles of ability to this, my total mileage, let's say 40 plus 26, 27. So if I go past 67 miles on the trip, I'm out of battery. That's what it's going to say. So essentially that means the Botanic Gardens is 60 miles. I have 7-mile leeway to make a mistake and head back. Okay, they closed up the thing. I'm gonna have to go up here now. That was open when we first came in, if you noticed. Okay, I'm hopped off. We've got to walk it to push the button. Kind of straddling the bike and moving it. Got to push this crosswalk button to eventually get the thing. There we have it. Yeah, let's go back the same way we came. I was debating whether we should take the shortcut. All right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you through the the lagoons again. That's really the highlights of this trail to me, is when you see the water, I feel better. So we'll see the lagoons again, and then we'll call it quits for you guys. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that I can now take this Magicycle to this ride and not have to take the Rad Rover. It's not like I won't. I'm going to have to take it every now and then. Got to give the Rad Rover a little bit of a workout. I can't just let it stay dormant. The batteries need to be exercised too. You don't want them just sitting there doing nothing. If you have batteries sitting around doing nothing, you should really lower the capacity on the battery to maybe about 75% if you're going to store it for a long time. The sad part is that one of the batteries stays in the garage because that's the one that's attached to the bike, and taking that one on and off is really hard because it's velcroed on, and then I also have it zip tied. I have it zip tied so it can't fall off, but also so people can't steal the battery if I ever to leave the bike somewhere. I mean, all you have to do is unvelcro it and take the battery if you wanted to. So I zip tied a whole bunch of zip ties on those things. Not everyone has a knife. Not everyone has, it's for the impromptu stealing that you don't want to happen, right? Okay, here's some water. Let you guys see some water. It's starting to get that algae type of stuff on it. So that battery gets kind of hot. You know, it can get over 100 degrees in the garage. You know, once you pull your cars in, and the car's been running for a while, the heat from the car just heats it up even more, right? All the other batteries on the bikes that are in there, I have the batteries taken out and they're stored inside the house. That's what I'm saying. You know, all the lithium-ion batteries I have in the house now, it makes you a little nervous. And even more are coming. More bikes are coming. Now, people have asked me, what am I going to do with these bikes once the review's over with? I think they asked me that because they want to see if I'm going to sell them. I might end up selling them, but it's not going to be this year. These new bikes that are coming from Magicycle and the other ones, I'm going to hang on to them for a while. I'm going to ride them for a while. I mean, my commitment to the companies is I do 1 or 2 videos about the bike, but then, as you know, I take the bikes out and I ride them. I plan to do that with the other new models too. It's not just going to be a review and we're done with them. If the bike is good, I will ride them around. I think the only one that I didn't really get a lot of ride time was KBO Breeze. That was originally given to my wife after I was done, but she didn't really ride it. She was riding her Rad Mini Step-thru 2, and I asked her what she thought about the KBO Breeze. She says she liked the look of it and all that, and she liked the idea of having a larger wheel, but she felt that the Mini fit her better a little bit. And she kept thinking that she wanted one with a bigger tire, but I think she got used to the Mini. Although she still feels that these 20-inch tire bikes makes it feel like she's riding a kid's bike. I see what she's saying because I'm testing out another bike right now that's a 20-inch folding bike, and so she kind of wants a bigger bike. But I think what I told her is, you know, although the Ocelot Pro is also a 20-inch bike, she still might like that one to use because it is, I think, physical frame size might be a little bit bigger, even though the wheels are still 20-inch, and it's not a folding bike, and of course it's got tons of power. She says she doesn't care less about the power. Yeah, knowing her, it wouldn't make any difference to her. She pedals for the entire time. She never throttles. She only throttles to get up on the bike and get moving, just like I do. But then she doesn't usually throttle at all at the duck. So I says, well, the Ocelot has more power. She goes, it doesn't matter. She really only takes the bike out to go shopping with me on Saturdays, and that's it. She really doesn't go anywhere else. She doesn't go shopping with it. So, so I says, maybe you can take the Ocelot Pro when we're out shopping and stuff. I don't know if she will or if she won't, because she knows that I will be taking it for other rides, and then I'd have to readjust and everything for her and readjust for me, and she may say, forget it. Yeah, people have asked why she doesn't ride with me. Well, she's not into it. She's not into it as much as I am. She likes it, but she's not going to do the type of rides I'm doing, not like this. I've asked her if she wanted to. I think if I told her, hey, let's go to some place that's not in this area and we'll take the bikes, she might do that. But as you know, her folding bike might be fitting her SUV, but I didn't have a folding bike for myself, so we couldn't do both. I have not tried putting both bikes in the SUV. In fact, I haven't even put hers in there yet. I don't know whether it would fit, but I have a feeling it would, in which case then maybe we could go to other places and the two of us could actually ride someplace else, you know. So you'll still yet to be seen, you know. I think if FedEx didn't mess up our review bike for the other brand, that bike would have been a review two months ago. In which case, we would have been riding that floating bike for 2 months already, and we could have gone places during the summer. But we didn't. We didn't get that chance. So we were kind of stuck at where we were, right? Alrighty, I think we're good. Oh, there's still more water coming up. I told you I would take you through the lagoons. Alright, so over there is the lagoons. I did say too that, you know, there was that Excalibur thing where the guy had a sword in the stone. I'll see if I can still remember to do that. If I take the right roads and I see it, I'll take a photo of it and insert it into the video. Yeah, there's a lot of people, look at this, a lot of people renting the kayaks. You know, it's a kayak rental place. Alrighty, good enough for today. Hey, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys bringing me to the 10,000 subscriber level. Bigger and better things to come. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the possibilities. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time. More water. Talk to you guys next time.